What is up, guys? This is Jared Spalding here, and today we're doing the third and final video. Just because I missed 2 days in a row, I know I gotta start being consistent with this, so that's why I'm doing 3 videos today. I am sorry for missing those days. It's just been really difficult to keep up with, the video a day schedule. A lot of ideas I guess it takes to keep them coming. But I do have a really good one for you guys today for this video. I think it's gonna be the best one in a little while, or just at least the most important one you'll hear. So what I'm going to be talking about is how to profit off of silver with the media, and that is something that a lot of people don't really understand how to do. But let me just explain to you what I mean by this. Because not that many people that you're going to know are going to be investing in silver unless you purposely acquaint yourself with people like that. But if just random people, you take 100 random people, and chances are none of them are going to be silver stackers. So it is not, hugely widespread thing. However, there will be eventually a bubble that's going to form on it. And if you don't know what I mean by a bubble, that is simply when a certain commodity becomes extremely overvalued due to all the media attention it gets. And this did happen to silver and gold a few times. Most recently, there was a silver and gold bubble in right around 2007, 2008-ish is when it really peaked out, before the stock market crash, of course, because a lot of people were jumping on the precious metal bandwagon, and people who were smart and bought when it was low could have really profited at that time. Now, of course, I'm usually against, the whole buying low and selling high thing, just because of the fact that, you might end up selling at what you think is a peak, and then silver peaks twice as high. It might never go to where you sold it at again for the next several years, to the point where you can't afford to invest in silver anymore because you'll be losing money from where you sold and all that good stuff. Definitely something you want to watch out for. However, but in a situation with a bubble forming, that's a little bit different, just because of the fact that silver is not going to be doing small lows and small peaks. It's not going to be like silver is going to go down by a couple dollars, go up by a couple dollars. It's not going to be like that anymore. With a bubble forming around, and I need to just stop just saying silver. I mean precious metals in general, because usually, precious silver and gold are both one common commodity together. Yeah, if only I could say common commodity, that'd be great. But they are kind of lumped together when it comes to investing, and usually someone, if a bunch of people jump onto silver, they're also going to jump onto gold. So I need to start saying precious metals for this, and that's what's going to happen though in a situation with the bubbles. It's going to go up hugely from where it is, right now. Anyone who's smart could see that bubble is forming, but before it, really takes shape, that's when you want to buy. You see, jumping on the bandwagon once the bubble's already there, that's when you are in the market to lose, because what's going to happen is, just like every bubble does, it's going to pop. I mean, figuratively, of course, but what's going to happen is the whole thing's going to crash. See, once the market's going to be extremely, overvalued, to the point where the demand is exceeding the supply greatly and driving up the value. However, once everybody owns all the silver and gold, it's not going to be so special anymore. And then, what's going to happen is people are going to see its value start to decrease, and the market's going to be saturated with silver and gold, because everyone's going to want to get rid of their precious metals before, the price really drops severely. And, once they do that, they are inevitably causing the price to drop, more and more as they try to sell off their precious metals, because of the fact that they are, bringing up the demand for them, bringing up the supply for them while the demand for them is going down, because you don't want them anymore, as it's losing value. As soon as it loses value, everyone wants to sell. People don't really have too much patience when it comes to silver investing, or just precious metal investing in general. A lot of people, they expect a quick return, and that's really not the way it works. And so as soon as the price goes down, they're going to be, oh, I better sell before, it goes down below where I bought it at. And, of course, by doing that, you are helping to contribute to it going down, because you're, throwing all this stuff onto the market that wouldn't have been there in the first place. More that would be on the market even before the bubble, even appeared. And with the demand already going way down, that's really going to hurt the price. And there's going to be so much more of a supply than demand. And, however, you can still take advantage of the bubble popping. of course, you shouldn't have bought when the bubble was forming. You should have bought right before it, sold when the bubble was at its peak, and then once it popped, you rebuy. And that is how you make some serious money, or at least, get an insane amount of precious metals compared to what you had before. Talking 3, 4, even 5 times what you had before. Like, I'll use an example of silver here. Let's say silver's floating around $20 an ounce, right? And then this bubble forms. You were buying at around 20 an ounce, and you stopped buying at about 25 an ounce because you could see the bubble forming. You had the foresight to see it. It shoots all the way up to $55 an ounce because it's on, the cover of every financial magazine. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's saying, you got to get your precious metals before they run out, make all this money off of them because you can see how much they're going up every month. Everyone's getting all excited. And then it tops out at around 50, 55. And you sell, you can tell that it's kind of plateauing. And that's when you sell because you know that a supply is catching up to the demand, or at least the demand's going down enough where the price is not going up so dramatically anymore. And you sell off right then at 55 an ounce, let's say, right? And then the bubble pops. And it ain't going to be going back down to $20 an ounce. I can tell you that right now. 20, 25 an ounce. Let's say it was at 20 an ounce, okay? What's going to happen is the market's going to be so oversaturated with, in this case, silver, that it's going to be at, around 15 an ounce, maybe even 14 an ounce, somewhere around there, because there's going to be so much more silver on the market than there was before the bubble had formed, due to the fact that way more people bought silver than normally would have. All those people try to sell at once. It's just think, if you're, I'm sure you're getting the premise here, but it's kind of similar to if, let's say, you have a currency that's backed by precious metals, and then everybody tries to redeem their, currency for precious metals, and then the government runs out. Imagine the crisis that would happen from that. That's what's going to happen to silver. Everyone's going to try to sell it, but there's not going to be enough people buying it, and then the price is really going to crash. And once it does, that's when you buy again. And you wait for that next bubble, however long it takes. It might take 10, 15, 20 years. But you can make a huge profit off of that. And not only that, but just holding on to it in general is going to be really good for you. Really good for your portfolio, really solidifying it. And just overall, it's going to be really beneficial to you. And, we're looking at, right, so you made a profit of $35 an ounce. Let's say you bought just a modest stack of 500 ounces, right? I mean, I know that's a decent amount. I'm not saying that's some small stack, but, I'm just going to go with the average, well-off person, let's say, had bought 500 ounces at $20 an ounce. And that's, remember, it's not going to be exactly like that. We're really talking about $10,000 right there that you put into it. You sold everything at 55 an ounce, and, you sold that same 500 ounces, then that's going to be, rather than the $10,000, you're looking at, you're looking at like $27,500 you're going to be getting back on that silver. So making $17,500, and that's just on a 500 ounce stack. It's not even on anything crazy like 100,000 ounces, or someone who's super wealthy, like millionaire, is going to be able to put into it. And 10,000 is certainly a lot, but let's say you've been putting that into it for a couple of years. You got 500 ounces, and you sold everything off and made all that money off of it, and then it goes down to 15 an ounce, and you can buy a lot more silver. I'm talking, a couple thousand ounces you're going to be able to buy, and then hold on to that, wait for the next bubble, and then you're going to be able to get even more. And of course, along the way, you're going to be buying more and more silver, including what you made from that huge bubble burst, or what you made right when the bubble was at its peak, and then before it bursted, then you're going to be able to buy really low, and the price will recover a little bit, it'll go up and down, you'll buy along that, and then the bubble will reform, and then you'll repeat the process, and the huge wealth transfer will happen once again. And that, honestly, is really how you use, or how you profit off of precious metals through the media. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I think it's going to be a pretty good one, some pretty good advice just for anyone who's looking to, profit from the precious metals. And me personally, I plan to hold on to them for a while, especially, I don't want to buy low and sell high, that type of thing, and for the short run, because there's a lot of risk you're taking with that, because I certainly don't control the market, so I don't know what the price is going to be tomorrow. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed it. Peace, love, and much respect.